Hello, Assalamualaikum. I'm Aswad, and this is a special video. Special because it's 6th of January, and 6th January is a special day to me because it's my birthday. But most importantly, uh, 6th of January to this year, 2023, I am 50 years old. 50 years old. Sorry about my hair. It's about 6 p.m. It's raining outside, heavy rain. So I decided to chill out before moving and make this video. So 6th January also special date because my dear friend and mentor Sheikh Khalid bin Sheikh Ibrahim, who I also call Walid, also passed away on 6th January. And I think it's a special date that has been determined by Allah. I don't know whether you can hear this video or not because raining quite heavily. Um, Alhamdulillah. First of all, I just want you to know that I'm grateful to be 50, man. You know, I have a bit of fat here and there, but I'm grateful to be 50. Health wise, I'm grateful. I'm not at the best of health, meaning you know, I'm old man already, but at least I'm not in pain. Yeah, I'm not in pain. Alhamdulillah. At 50 years old, Alhamdulillah. I am grateful to Allah. You know, I mean, I have gone through a lot of things, but people are always talking like when you grow old and you don't have a lot in terms of material stuff. I'm still not married. People tend to think about, oh, your life must not be that great, or your life must be having challenges and whatnot. People tend to think that way. But to be honest, sincerely, by the grace of Allah, I feel content and at peace. At 50, I've been feeling this way for a while. Like, as I grew older, 47, 48, 49, you know, after I get above 45, I started to get this feeling, especially this year and the end of last year and this year. Alhamdulillah, things are getting better in terms of my spirituality, in terms of I feel more at peace and more at calm. All thanks to Allah. All thanks to Allah. People are, you know, I thought I got some issues last year, and people are like curious or busybody about my life, about what's been happening. They are curious. A lot of people are curious. There are people who've been stalking me, and all I can do is surrender to Allah. And by the end of last year, I mean closer to the end of last year, Allah has given me the tools to help me navigate. I'm no longer worried about people, what people think or what people are following me or whatnot. Suddenly, I think it just disappeared. All this thinking about overthinking stops. So I feel like calmer, like I don't have to think about the people who like busybody. There's one, I'm not going to name names. There's one old lady who lives in front of my house. She's the first person who directly asked me about my money, about how I'm surviving. She always asks her children and even son-in-law to provoke me to come to my house to follow me. She even asked people to follow me this old lady, I don't know why, but it's disturbing me. And for a while, I felt like I was not at peace living in my house because there's somebody always watching what I'm doing. So I just pray to Allah. I just pray to Allah. I really surrender that part because I wasn't at peace at all. And thankfully, she moves out by the grace of Allah. She moves away from the house and she moved to be with her grandchildren or what. No, I don't care. As long as Allah has helped me by removing her from that place. Oh, seriously, man, I was trapped and God moved that away from me last year. Alhamdulillah. You know, I'm just grateful. I'm just happy and healthy. Okay, I don't have a lot of things, you know what I mean? I don't have a lot of material stuff. I'm not married. Nobody wants a poor guy like me. But people doesn't understand what I have been through. They are curious why I'm content, so much content, and why am I so much at peace when I'm not rich as I should be or whatnot. It's not that I don't have challenges. I do have challenges, but slowly, gradually, Allah. And I mean this, And there's one guy, when I say this, he kept trying to attack my answer, because Allah has been opening up doors for me. Slowly and gradually, I began to get knowledge and like opening doors to solve my problem. And Alhamdulillah, the most important problems are being solved one by one, slowly. And I'm better at managing, like, for example, there was one challenge that last year that surprised me was my father Faraid. Faraid means my father's will by the Islamic court in Malaysia was not respected. There was one bank who made it so hard not to release his money. He's dead. He's been dead for 3 years. And his money, one bank still has not released it. I really don't know why. At first, I was angry, of course, but Alhamdulillah, the most great thing happened. I'm able to control my anger, and I'm not as anxious about it. I leave it to Allah. I do my due diligence and following up. That's all. There's still one bank, but in terms of getting angry about it, I don't. I'm calmer about dealing with problems. Like I said, the old lady in front of my house, I just give everything to Allah because I can't do anything. Like the bank, they don't want to release it. They are taking their time. After 3 years of his death, they're still taking their time. I can't do anything about it because I tried to contact higher ups, but they want money lah. Actually, they want me to expedite. They want money, but I'm not into that kind of thing, into corruption or paying off people to get my rights. And I feel Allah has given me the control to manage it. Okay. I'm not going to drag this video too much, but I wanna share this secret that because people been asking me a lot, and they don't understand. They don't know me. They don't understand me. The truth is, why I'm feel content and at peace. When I was younger, my life was horrible. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't on the street, but I was sihir constantly. I always feel there's a lot of feeling of fear and gangguan. Gangguan there was demons. There was some sort of I don't know what's the word in Malay. It's called gangguan. It's like a possession kind of ghost kind of things. I know a lot of people doesn't believe that, but it's okay, it's fine. But I had trouble with that when I couldn't enjoy my life at all. There had this I had um people been putting ghost things to follow me, to harm me, to attack me. Um, and I really don't know what to do about it. And that's why when Allah brought me to my friend and mentor Sheikh Khalid, and he taught me a lot. So my when I was younger, I had to face that, and I cannot do anything bad. I can stop their possession with the grace of Allah. When I pray to God, God will stop that for a while until the attack start again. So that was my younger life. I was in pain a lot. Um, it was horrible. It was horrible, man. But a lot of people doesn't understand that. But people who knows me, who went through what I went, who knows what I went through, they know I had a bad childhood. Back when I never had a girlfriend because of this kind of things following me. Um, I could never, and people keep saying that you are going to go crazy. So when I was younger, I had that. I know where it comes from. I'm gonna reveal it here, I think. So what happened when I grew older? The people who I know did that to me, and I don't know whether I'm revealing it here. The person who did that to me died. My father was never close to me. He abused me even when I was young, never gave me the proper love or attention. And he is like the cloud that hover over me. And he put witchcraft on me. I don't know whether I want to edit this out, but I do know that he put witchcraft on me, and also a few members of my close people around me put that witchcraft because he or she taught them, and then they use it on me. So I have experienced witchcraft since I was young, and in my 20s, 30s, I experienced it, and I was in pain most of the time. Most of the time, I was in pain. So people ask me why I feel content because my life I have been able by the grace of Allah, by His opening the doors to deal with them, to deal with those kind of hauntings or ghosts kind of demons or jinns. I've been able to slowly deal with that, and I have seen results. Alhamdulillah, all of this, and that is the greatest gift from Allah to me. And that's why, even though if you've been suffered all so many times when you were younger, and then all the demonic attack stops or becoming less and less and less, and you can help push it away from you and feel peace. That's why I'm content, and to Allah, I'm grateful to Allah. That 50 years old, I feel at peace. I enjoy my life because there's no more hauntings, I'm being able to deal with them. Then with the grace of Allah, with help from Allah and challenges, I can deal with this kind of weird stuff. People don't need to believe this, but I just want to make this record on my 50 years old, on my 50th birthday, and share some of it with you, whoever watches this. And I feel at peace because of that. My father passed away. The man who hated me passed away. He's no longer abusing me. He's no longer cursing me, or that kind of negative vibe at home. I never had that anymore. I don't have that anymore. When I came back after he passed away, I came back to Kedah to live at the house. I found his hantu-hantu yang dia belah tu semua I found. There are things that he is befriended before his death at the house. And at first I realized all this kind of thing. I realized when I stayed at his house, I realized all this kind of the things that he's been practicing, or the thing he's been associated with jinns and whatnot, how he found that. And I found a lot of things, not just that, but a lot of things about him. And he's dead now. He cannot harm me. And slowly, that's why I said God opens up the doors on how to deal with all these creatures at home. In Malay, they call it hantu rayau. Hantu rayau is kind of jinn that godless people mean people who pretend they believe in God, but also they befriended all these jinns. So the hantu rayau is there. And then I came back, I realized, I found out what he's been doing, and I managed to deal with them. Alhamdulillah. So I feel better. The house feel better. Strangers might feel not better, but I feel better. There's no more floating stuff at my house. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is Allah, not me, helps negate some of this kind of possession. But people who comes to the house, they notice things, but I don't notice anything. But Alhamdulillah, that's why I say at 50, I feel, wow, the person who hated me so much is dead, no longer bothering me for no reason. I understand why he did it also. I found out all this kind of thing when I was living here. I found out why he did those things. And, I understand why he did it. But it's unfortunate, Unfortunate. Because when I had my first conscious sihir, something bad happened to me. Was I dream of him. I saw him in my dream. He was opening the door. I saw his face, and I got stunned. Inside the dream, I got stunned, like something very fear, like intense fear, like stuck in my heart, in my chest. And then usually when you have a nightmare like that, I have that before, but usually when I wake up, the nightmare will go away. But the nightmare stuck for a month or two. I was studying at that time in UKM, and because of that, how Allah opened my way to Walid, to my Sheikh Khalid, and he helped cured me from that. He didn't tell me who did it and whatnot, and I didn't find out from him, but he taught me knowledge about all this kind of life, about religion, about God, and about all this world. And I found it by guidance from Allah. Allah guided me to find out, So when you've gone through all that kind of hatred, and then suddenly Allah free you from that, wow, that's like, for me, that's like $1 million, man. Seriously, I feel like, I found out why, by the grace of Allah, Allah guided me to finding out who I can trust. And also, like, I'm just grateful. There was people who hates me. They cannot pretend to be my friend anymore, because I found out that somehow over the near year, I don't have to do anything, but they will reveal their true self by the grace of Allah. Like when I was in Petronas, there was a guy. A lot of people in Petronas betrayed me, but there were few people who were close to me, just to spy on me and whatnot, just to sabotage me by being close. My mentor Walid went through the same thing. So I found out that like this guy been spending my time in Petronas all every time lunch, everything. We go out together, hang out. Turns out that when I was transferred to Melaka, he bitched about me. He bitched about me to Kak Yam, one of the secretary at the office. And Kak Yam, when I came back from Melaka, Kak Yam revealed to me that your friend cannot be trusted, blah, blah, blah. Kak Yam was very angry, spouted a lot of hatred and stuff. That is when I realized, oh, I really don't have any friends in Petronas. So, Alhamdulillah. I thought it was a bad thing at first, but Alhamdulillah. Because you don't need bad people in your life and they pretend to be your good friend or best friend. However, I did pretend by the grace of Allah. I keep mentioning the grace of Allah. Everything is from Allah. I started to pretend. I start to learn taqiyah. That's when I asked my mentor, taqiyah. Taqiyah means you hide your true self from people. You hide your true self. You hide your anger. You hide your knowledge. You hide your true self from people. So even though I found out that my friend betrayed me, that was in the second year or third year in Petronas. I pretended to continue to be his friends, and only in the end, the last years of my time in Petronas, I told him, I think at the end, I told him that I know he was betraying me all the while, and he did not deny it. And I was grateful. I was grateful that that thing came to an end, and that kind of pretending came to an end. I'm very happy about that. So same as in Kedah, sometimes they will come and tell me. There was one example that I'm happy. I'm sharing with you because I'm happy. There's one woman, because he knows I'm single, he wants to have an affair with me, get my money. But somehow or other, she revealed everything up front. She revealed she wants my money. She revealed she will cheat on me. You know, it's very weird, kan? But I was thinking like, they reveal themselves to me like that. Alhamdulillah. That's why I'm grateful to Allah. All this happened with Allah. And there was one guy, and I never know his secret. Everybody in the village, in my kampung, never know his secret. But out of the blue, randomly, he revealed his secret. Like he's a corrupt man. But when we knew him, he's senior in my village. But what we knew of him, like he was a religious man, and he was like the village elder. But he revealed a secret to me that turns out he was a corrupt man, and he was being punished by the government. And nobody and I was thinking, why would he reveal that to me? And then he will reveal other aspect came to the above ground, and he openly attacked me. But when I mentioned that secret to him, he stopped. And I didn't know it. I didn't even know that. That was he's revealed the secret to me. So how can I not be grateful to Allah? And I'm happy, you know. I'm content because I'm no longer surrounded by these evil people. I mean, there are evil people, but they are not as like harming me or giving me pain at the moment. You see, if you've gone through shit life, and people are trying to harm you, trying to say you're going crazy, trying to push you or do bad things to you, when Allah lifted and removed all of those people, of course I feel happy. Of course I feel grateful. There are challenges in life, but at least like I said, my health is not the best, but I'm not in pain. Alhamdulillah. I'm still able to communicate. I feel comfort. I feel content. I feel at peace, and I know how to deal with problem better. I think that's one of the best gifts that happened is I know how to deal with negative people, negative situations, better, and like I said earlier, all this creepy haunting stuff, no, I can deal with it better in terms of I know what to do. Alhamdulillah. Like I was always in pain when I was younger. I couldn't understand what's happening. This possession or this hauntings keep happening. But Alhamdulillah, at 50, I think, Alhamdulillah. And I know I have a lot more things to learn. I know that Allah will reveal more. So I'm always grateful for the future too. That Allah will reveal more and more and more. Like I didn't know a lot of things until I came back. I stayed in the house. I found out a lot of my dad's stuff. I found out what he did, the people he knows, the people he befriended. I found out a lot of things. And I'm grateful. I understand the mystery, why he treated me that way and all this while. I understood the mystery, you know. And how can I not be grateful? So I know this is a bit long. I'm gonna upload this anyway, but wow, because it's just a special day and such a grateful time to be 50, to be enjoying what God has given me. I'm not saying that, I'm not rich. I'm not super rich. I'm not saying that I'm super religious. I'm not saying that I know how to, all this magic. I know I'm not that. I'm happy that Allah give me what I needed at this point of my life. Allah give me what I needed to know. Allah give me, most importantly, free from bullshit friends. I no longer fear that. I'm grateful to Allah. And then also because I said earlier, the passing of my mentor also happened on 6th of January. Sheikh Khalid bin Sheikh Ibrahim, who have still, his influence on me is still here. I still remember what he told me. His teaching is still fresh. Like, for example, right now, I'm making this video, like there's the one thing that he mentioned to me, kita ada Allah. And that really means a lot. A lot. It means that even though I'm not as powerful, I'm not as rich, I'm not as wealthy or influential, but Allah is richer, Allah is influential, Allah is powerful. So as long as we are connected to Allah, Allah will protect us, insyaAllah. That's why I said kita ada Allah. That means we have Allah, we have God. And always to maintain that kind of relationship between you and God. So you might not have all those kind of wealthy. That's why people are wondering, you are not rich, you are not anak raja, you are not kabel besar, you are not this and that. Yeah, but how big is the cable of Allah? Allah is great. His cable is all. Cable, if you don't understand, I'm talking English. In Malaysia, when they said a person in my country, the culture is a Malay culture, they say they want to get ahead in life, they say you need to have a cable. Cable is like a form of rope or something that can lift you up. Alright? That's the meaning of cable in Malaysia. So when you get into a good position or good wealth, they ask, oh, you must have a cable, you must have a cable lah. That's a word they use in Malay. But ironically, I was thinking in Islam there is a wording like that. There is a tali. Tali mean rope, but it's in Islam it's mean rope to Allah, something like that. And even that is the bigger cable, if you understand what I mean. Cable, connection to Allah. That's why the Sheikh Khalid taught me that kita ada Allah. And I'm happy I'm happy, seriously. By grace of Allah, terima kasih ya Allah. I'm happy, aku bersyukur denganmu ya Allah, that I can talk like this. I'm grateful. All I see, if I'm talking Malay, you don't understand what I just said was, I am just happy with Allah. I'm grateful to Allah that Allah is everything. God is everything, man. And I'm surprised, you know. There were times when I was in my younger days, when I was younger, going through pain and pain from sihir and pain from demons attacking me, haunting me, all those kind of time. I thought I was going crazy because doesn't make any sense how to deal with these demons and whatnot. And I thought I was going crazy. Now, Alhamdulillah, at this, I am able to handle things much better. Alhamdulillah. I know there's a lot more challenges. Allah is always like that. They continue to challenge His servants. I know, but I'm grateful to Allah. At 50 years old, Ya Allah, terima kasih. Thank you so much. And I want to make this video to record this as a special occasion. Not to celebrate too much. I'm celebrating in my own way, but also to remember my mentor who also passed away on 6th of January. Great man. I'm grateful to Allah. And looking back, it's so ironic that what my father did to me, Allah opened another door for me to find Sheikh Khalid, and he became like a father to me, you know. Like again, a new understanding about family, about being a role model, learning from him. I learned a lot, Alhamdulillah. And I mean directly, when I learn from Sheikh Khalid, my walid, I mean I'm learning from Allah. Because Allah created him, my Sheikh Khalid, and Allah guided me to meet him, and he guided me to Allah. So I learned from Allah. That's why I'm so grateful. You know, you cannot buy that. I cannot buy that. I never thought I'm going to have a father figure. I never thought that, you know, but I had a father figure. I'm able to deal with that. Problems, challenges, enemies, people who hates me. Allah guides me. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm 50 years old, Ya Allah. You know, you're the best. You know, you're the best. And at 50 years old, I'm grateful and thankful for all of this. You know, I don't know how the recording of this, whether the sound is good or not. I'm gonna upload it raw, not edited at all. Just being happy, and Allah has helped me a lot. Thank you, Allah, for giving me a good birthday, calm birthday. The rain has stopped, so I'm gonna make my journey back. But you know, the one thing I want to mention before I leave, a few years already I've been getting this vibe to prepare for death, for mati. And you know, I know it might sound negative, but it's actually proactive. I'm preparing for death, like what if tomorrow I die kind of vibe. And I have to be prepared about that. I've done my best to Allah, with Allah. I have not forgotten about that. I'm very aware that I could die anytime. So if this is the last time I record or whatnot, you know, I always have that kind of idea. Makes the last the best, you know, the best you can. I think that Sheikh Khalid taught me a lot about that. We discuss a lot about death. Just want to add this in. We discuss a lot about death, about my parents' death, my mama death, and death in general. And he even like introduced me to the story of the angel of death. So to the extent that years later, that it's not that I'm not afraid of him, but I love him. I love the angel of death because of a story he once introduced me to the angel of death. that is beautiful, which is also about this, the content of this, the message of this blog, which is the grace of Allah is limitless. There is there's no limit to rahmat Allah, to the grace of Allah. There's no limit. It's vast. And I'm grateful at 50, I no longer have demons to bother me. I no longer have enemies. Nobody, my enemies, they will reveal themselves early. Alhamdulillah. I mean, I'm able now at 50. I think recently only at the end of the year, at the end of last year, I started, God has given me knowledge on how to deal with problems better in terms of like, you upgrade from 4G to 5G. Alhamdulillah, Ya Allah. You upgraded me from 4G to 5G. Alhamdulillah. That is something that you might to be able to easy understand. You know, it's not practically 5G, but for you to understand, that's what Allah give me, an upgrade. Certain things from 4G to 5G. You know, but we all will go back to Allah. I mean, that's the most easiest thing. And I love Allah. I want to go back to Him. And yeah, everybody's afraid of going. You know, everybody's afraid of death. But I'm happy the way He treated me. Fantastic, man. Even knowing all that I know about my dad and what he did to me, all those things, all this hantu raya that I see around. Allah did me well, man. Allah is amazing. That's why I say Allahu Akbar. Allah did me good, man. If only you know. I cannot reveal everything, but Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. May Allah bless us all. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Peace. Alhamdulillah.